Hey guys, as usual, I want to spend a couple seconds recapping last week's work. Last week for the iReady, most people did a fantastic job of completing their time and their lessons. One of the things I'd like to talk about today is making sure that we're not waiting until the end of the week, Friday, to start getting our time and minutes. Many people have been struggling on lessons, and when you reach out to me on Friday, it's difficult to fit everybody in for Zoom meetings. So if you guys could help me out by starting your time and minutes earlier in the week, that way, if you're struggling, we have more flexibility to schedule times where we can work together on those lessons. So I need you guys to really help me out on that. Again, most people are doing a fantastic job. You have really been using the strategies that we learned in class when I was working with you one-on-one. And that's evident in the work that you're doing on iReady. I can see the scores and grades, and most people are handling this very well, passing their lessons and just doing an awesome job. So congratulations to those of you who are really working hard. All right, so for the workbook, last week we were working on comparing historical accounts to historical fiction. So some people were struggling on the difference between historical fiction and a historical account. So I just want to review that although some people, main events in movies and books are real, details, characters, and the dialogue are the part that is fiction or made up by the author in order to make an interesting, dramatic, or exciting book or movie that people will want to read and see. So that's historical fiction. So again, last week when we talked about the Titanic, there are parts of that Titanic movie that are true based on the historical accounts that we have of the Titanic, but there were many parts of that movie that were fictionalized. So when you're looking for a historical account, you're looking at things that are based on evidence from a historical document and other primary sources. So those are things that are going to be facts, like dates, where they went, how they got there. So thinking about last week, the journey to the Pacific. So the fact that the expedition was in 1804, the fact that they called it the Corps of Discovery, the fact that they mistook an estuary for the Columbia River. Those are facts. The fictional details were the thoughts that Peter was having, the other man who speaks. So again, dialogue, words that are spoken by Lewis and the men between them. Those are fiction. Those are made up by the author. The men's doubtful glances. Those are things that the author put in to make the fictional account more exciting or interesting, because you're getting to see how the characters are thinking and feeling. Okay, so this week, I'm going to have you only read the historical account on page 204. You're going to do the close reading activity, the study buddy, and you're going to do the topic and points, and there are going to be some questions for you to answer. That's going to be for the historical account. And we're going to wait until the following week to do the historical fiction. So I'm cutting the assignment a little bit short this week, just to give some people time to get caught up on any lessons they might be behind on. So we're going to break it down and only be looking at the historical account. So remember that most of the things you're going to be reading in the passage called Orphan Train Riders, those are going to be factual events. So when you're reading those, you want to keep a close eye out for any of the facts that you can find in the passage. Okay, so if you have any questions, reach out to me. You know how to reach me by now. And please remember about iReady. Let's not wait until Friday to get the time, the minutes, and the lessons. All right, guys, I hope you have a great week. Talk to you soon.